Hey guys, TheJaseDawg here, and today I'm bringing to you the first ever episode of This Week in WWE with TheJaseDawg. Now, this one's a little bit late because it was episode 1, so this one is this past week in WWE, but every single week from now on will be This Week in WWE. It's kind of like a review type of thing, and also I'll be predicting some things that I reckon might happen later down the road. So we started off that last week with Raw, and it was like I'm not gonna go on to like talk about every single damn match. I'm just gonna talk about the highlights that I liked, the big matches, the backstage promos and shit like that. You know, the good shit that happened. You know. So the first one was the debut of AJ Styles in singles matches, and he debuted against Chris Jericho, which is 9-time world champ, which is a pretty good debut, first match ever on Raw, and it was a pretty intense fucking match. It was pretty cool, and AJ ended up almost getting the Styles Clash. We still haven't seen him get it yet. I reckon he will get it very soon. Who knows? Maybe he got it in this week that I'm talking about right now. You never know. But yeah, he almost hit the Styles Clash, and he ended up getting the roll up and a win. And then they kind of shook hands after, and it was a bit of a stare down, but it worked out to be pretty damn good, guys. And then another match, part of the Divas Revolution. Sasha Banks, one of my favorites, and Becky Lynch, one of my other favorites, had a match, and they were going heaps hardcore. They were going at it. They were kicking each other's ass, and then it ended up being a DQ. Sasha won by DQ because of Charlotte coming out and attacking Sasha first, and then she beat the shit out of Becky, and then beat the shit out of Sasha. And yeah, as you all know, Naomi and Tamina were nowhere to be seen because she's not a part of that Team Bad anymore. They split, if you didn't know that. Sorry. And guys, also, if you haven't watched this week, it's a bit late now, but if you haven't watched it, just go and watch it, guys. Just pause the video, go watch it, and come back and watch me. Yeah, you know. Something that I predicted that was going to happen fucking 2 to 3 weeks on Main Event or Superstars before the Rumble was R-Truth and Goldust tagged together, guys. Now, they won the match, and I predicted that they would become a tag team later on, and they would be called The Golden Truth. Now, backstage, R-Truth was nowhere to be seen, and Goldust went rum-reaching for his shit, and he ended up coming to him, and they were having a bit of a talk, and Goldust was hinting that he wanted to be tag team partners with him, like, you know, we should be partners and shit. And R-Truth's like, dude, I'm married, bruh. But he kind of took it the wrong way and walked off, like he thought that he was implying that he wanted more, like, sexual type of thing. You know how R-Truth is, guys. And yeah, so, and then as he walked off, Goldust said that, you know, he wanted to be tag team partners and he wanted to be called Golden Truth. Not The Golden Truth, but Golden Truth. Now, fucking predicted it. And then The Rock returned. I had a bit of a run-in with Big Show, telling Big Show shit about how you should have won the Rumble, and you should have been in all those movies like Fast and Furious and Los Angeles and all those type of ones. You should be in them. And almost made Big Show cry, and Big Show snapped the laptop. Then he ran into Lana saying that he actually had sex with Lana. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, he was saying that he had sex with Lana and shit like that after that time, like I think it was a year ago when he attacked Rusev, and Rusev intervened and kind of bit of tension, you know, just a tad. And then The Rock went out into the ring, and he had the New Day come out, and he called. They were going pretty good at him. They were rubbing it in, and then he rubbed it right back at them, saying that they were wearing because they wear unicorn horns on their head. He was saying that they were wearing llama penises. Oh, it was fucking. It was good. What? You can't say penises on TV. Oh, but and then we got to the main event. It was Dean and Roman versus Rusev and Sheamus in a tag match. I think Roman and that won, and then they put Rusev through a table, and then Steph came out and announced that the main event of Fastlane. So the winner of the main event of Fastlane would go on to verse Triple H at WrestleMania in the main event of WrestleMania. But so the competitors, it was a triple threat. It's going to be a triple threat match between Roman, Dean, and the Beast, Brock Lesnar, and that's going to be fucking insane. So we all know Brock's a fucking monster. So will maybe Dean turn heel, Roman turn heel, Brock turn babyface? Never know. But I reckon that out of Roman and Dean, it's going to have to turn on each other to get the win anyway, because they're not going to be able to beat Brock. So I have a feeling that Roman's going to turn heel, and he's going to fucking turn on Dean just because he wants that title shot. But a lot of people I know reckon Dean could turn heel and attack Roman just to get the title shot. And who knows, maybe that fails and Brock wins, and Brock versus Triple H, and then Dean and Roman versus each other at WrestleMania. Because, yeah. And then skip NXT, not NXT, main event, because nothing really big happened this week on main event. We're heading to NXT next, guys. So at NXT, we had the return. So you had Bull Dempsey in the ring, ready for a match. And we had the return of Say It To My Face, not AJ Styles, A-Rap. Alex Riley returned. Fuck yeah. And is it just me? Or is he starting to look a little bit like a younger Triple H? You know, he's got like the longer hair, he's the tan, a little bit of a gut, and the attire kind of looks similar. Let me know in the comments, guys. If you reckon that it was awesome to see him return on NXT, hit the like button. But if you reckon he's starting to look a little bit like Triple H, similar, a little bit, just a lot younger and a lot less experienced, let me know in the comments, guys. But he beat Bull Dempsey, fucking destroyed him, you know, because he came back from knee reconstruction surgery. And then we had Gable and Jordan. They beat another team, another former NXT Tag Team Champs. They've been 3 Tag Team Champs before, former Tag Team Champs. They beat the Ascension, they beat the Vaudevillains, and then they just beat Blake and Murphy. And they also have a team name now, it's called the American Alpha. That's alright. American Alphas would be better because there's 2 of them, but American Alpha is pretty good still. And in the main event we had the triple threat match between Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin. And the winner would get to face Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. So it was pretty intense. It started off with Zayn getting cornered, and I was like, when I was watching, I was like, I have a feeling that Corbin's going to hit Joe. And he hit Joe first. So the first hit was from Corbin hitting Joe. And yeah, it was pretty intense. They were beating the living crap out of each other, all of them were. And it came down to Sami Zayn had locked in a sharpshooter on Corbin. And then he had it in there for a good minute, and Corbin wasn't tapping. And then Joe slid in there and locked in like a crossface on Corbin as well. And then Corbin tapped after being in the crossface as well as a sharpshooter. So I don't know why, but in NXT it must be different, because on like Raw and SmackDown and all the other like WWE pay-per-views, they always have it's always restarted the match. But William Regal came out and he said he had to review it, and they wouldn't restart it, and there was controversy and shit. So the match ended up ending the way it did. So it's probably going to be Joe versus Sami Zayn next week. Maybe. Well, this week, yeah. And then, yeah, that was the end of NXT. And then we head to SmackDown, where we started off SmackDown with the United States Championship match. Like, we didn't start it with that, I'm pretty sure. We might have, but we couldn't have. I don't know. But this is how I'm telling you my favourite things, big things that happen, big rivalries building up and shit like that, guys. So, the United States Championship match, it was, so Kalisto defending his title, and, oh my god, he actually retained it against Neville. He kept the title, and that was pretty fucking, they were throwing each other around, flying around the ring crazy style, but it was actually a pretty good match. I liked it, and Kalisto's actually shown that he can actually hold the title for a fucking while, And then we had the highlight reel, Jericho's highlight reel with Roman and Dean. Dean came out. When he came out, he had a fucking a plant, and Roman came out with nothing. But then he grabbed a stool, I guess, from somewhere, and they gave Jericho presents and shit. And then they were talking about how they both want to win the match, and that they both want to headline WrestleMania and shit like that. And they were talking about it, and then I think Dean's kind of underestimating Brock in a way. Like, Dean's pretty hardcore. He's, you know, lunatic fringe, but I don't think he really is thinking that Brock is the beast that he is. And Roman knows from experience from last year's WrestleMania, so I don't know, maybe we'll see what, you know, Dean cross paths with Brock before Fastlane, maybe. Maybe he'll get sent to Suplex City. He's never been sent there. Suplex City, bitch. And yeah, so, and Dean said he doesn't have to beat Brock. He just has to beat Roman. And then Roman said the same thing. But the thing is, Dean has never beaten Roman. Roman's beaten Dean, but Dean's never beaten Roman. So, will Dean get the upper hand for once and finally get a win over Roman? We don't know. Maybe we'll find out at Fastlane, guys, I guess. Oh, and then the Wyatt family interrupted, challenged them to a match later on. The three of them, Jericho, Dean, and Roman in the main event against Bray and two of his fellow Wyatt cronies. Oh, family members. Hillbilly rednecks. Hillbilly! But, and then we had another good match, AJ Styles' SmackDown debut. So he debuted twice, so he's debuted on SmackDown and Raw now. And but before he came out, you had all four Social Outcast members in the ring. Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, and Adam Rose. And they were talking about, you know, AJ Styles. Everyone's like, oh, AJ Styles this, AJ Styles that, blah, blah, blah. And they don't see the big hype in him and shit like that. But he's the phenomenal one. And all that. It was a pretty good watch to watch them talk about it. And then they brought up how Axel was the longest ever, you know, Royal Rumble entrant in the Rumble ever. And AJ put it, like, AJ threw him out. Axel was saying that he got thrown out from behind from AJ or some shit, so he was pissed with him. But he lasted, well, his so-called longest reign in the Rumble was 364 days, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know if that's official, guys. Don't keep me to it, but that's what he says. He reckons that that's his time all up in the Rumble from last year's Rumble to this year's Rumble. So I guess. Well, he is the son of Mr. Perfect, so you gotta take him to it. And AJ came out. It was a pretty good match. All members of the Social Outcast tried to get involved. AJ destroyed them all. And he hit the Styles Clash. Fuck yeah. Been waiting for it for a fucking bit. Since he came to since he debuted in the Rumble and had his match on Raw, I was waiting for the Styles Clash. And then he locked it in and he hit it on Axel and got the win. And then they chased him out of the ring, but he got out. And now we have seen the Styles Clash, guys. Fuck yeah. And AJ's now got 2 wins in singles competitions on WWE. He's building it. He's building up to the top. Give him a fucking title match. Him versus Triple H at WrestleMania should be. But it won't happen. Maybe another title. Maybe like Dean's Intercontinental if Dean leaves it soon. Or maybe he can go for the US. Don't know. Then you had the Golden Truth promo again. R-Truth was stretching outside, getting ready for a run, then Goldust interfered, showed up and he started stretching with him and he was like type of shit that he does. It was pretty funny. And then he was stretching and R-Truth thought he was still talking about the whole no homo type of shit. And he wasn't. He told him, you know, tag team partners and shit like that, and called it the Golden Truth, we go for the titles and shit, you know. And R-Truth liked it until he was done stretching, but Goldust had one more stretch in him, so he stretched and he got stuck. He's like, I'm stuck. And then R-Truth's like, I see it. It's a trap. You're trying to get me to touch you. I'm out of here. And he ran off. And maybe eventually they'll join up as a tag team, but like I said, I predicted it. I predicted those two as a tag team, and they'd be a pretty good tag team as Goldust's tag with Booker before. Now, the main event of SmackDown was the Wyatt family. It was Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper versus Jericho, Roman, and Dean. So it was going pretty intense, and then Roman was about to win against Harper, and then Braun pulled him out, and it was a DQ, so Roman and that won by DQ. But the Wyatt family started destroying them and shit like that, and then they're in the ring beating Roman, and then Big Show's music came, and because apparently they attacked him a couple of weeks ago trying to take him out before the Rumble. He ended up coming out and he destroyed Rowan when Rowan ran up at him, and then he clotheslined Harper, got in the ring, him and Braun face to face. He should have just punched him right in the face and knocked him out. But then they all attacked him and he was getting beaten. Then Roman came back, and then Braun had Roman in a chokehold. And then out of nowhere, Big Show fucking grabs Braun in the chokehold. And fuck me. And then he throws Braun over the rope. Then Roman is about to get hit by his sister Abigail by Bray, and he ended up reversing it and hitting him with a Superman punch. And Dean and Jericho got back in and attacked Rowan, threw him out, and then it was just Luke Harper, and he was like, oh, fuck, there's 4 of them, 1 of me, and everyone else and my teammates are outside the ring. So he turned around and he was like, oh, fucking, I'll run at the biggest guy there. So he ran at Big Show. Big Show grabbed him in the chokehold. Roman's ready in the corner. And Big Show noticed and threw Harper at him, and then Roman speared Harper. Maybe we're seeing Big Show turn back to being face, I guess, maybe babyface again. I guess it would help Roman and them, but I don't mind it. I don't mind him being face. Just as, you know, he's bound to retire soon, so give him a bit more time, guys. But yeah, so that's the end of this week in WWE. It was this past week in WWE, this episode, but every episode from now on will be this week in WWE, guys. So if you like this review and you want more, and I'm going to keep bringing you more, guys, hit that like button, leave a comment, and guys, make sure you hit that like button, but not too hard. Don't break your computers. And as always, guys, stay awesome. The JaseDawg is out of here. See ya.